What if I told you that most business owners are misusing their LLCs? They think they're saving on taxes, but in reality, they are often paying more. The ultra-wealthy don't make that mistake. They use LLCs strategically to protect their assets, limit liability, and yes, even reduce taxes legally. Today, I'm breaking down the only 5 ways the rich use LLCs to their advantage. If you're a business owner, an investor, or someone looking to build generational wealth, this could be game-changing for you. In this video, I'll show you exactly where an LLC makes sense and why, so you can avoid the pitfalls that cost business owners thousands every year. And the best way to understand it? The trifecta, my simple yet powerful framework that will change the way you see business structures forever. Stick with me, and by the end of this video, you'll know how to use LLCs like the ultra-wealthy. So, what is the trifecta? It's the foundation of how the rich build, grow, and protect their wealth. Picture it like this. At the base, a trust, a revocable living trust, to secure your estate and ensure your legacy. On the left, your operations. This is where you make your money. On the right, your assets. This is where your investments grow. The left side is all about earned income, your business, your job, your side hustle. The right side is where you hold your investments, like real estate, stocks, or other appreciating assets. The goal? To separate these two worlds, minimize taxes, and protect what you built. Let's break down the 5 best ways to use an LLC. Because if you don't structure things right, you could be overpaying in taxes and exposing yourself to unnecessary risk. LLC number 1, the holding company, asset protection and privacy. The most common and arguably most important reason to set up an LLC is to hold your investments. Think real estate, cryptocurrency, private equity, or even intellectual property. The goal? Asset protection. Why does this matter? Imagine you own a rental property, and your tenant slips and falls. They sue for damages. If you personally own that property, they could come after everything. Your savings, your home, your future earnings. But if your LLC owns a property, the liability stays within the LLC. Your personal assets remain untouchable. And here's another huge perk. Privacy. If your name is on the deed, anyone can look up your assets. But if an LLC owns it, your personal information stays protected. If you're serious about building wealth, a holding LLC is a must. The wealthy don't own assets personally. They use entities to hold and protect them. LLC number 2, the operational business, your side hustle or main gig. Now, let's talk about making money. If you run a business, whether consulting, freelancing, e-commerce, or a brick-and-mortar store, you need an LLC. Why? Because business comes with risk. Someone sues you for a bad product, a client refuses to pay, you get hit with an unexpected liability. Without an LLC, your personal assets are on the line. But with an LLC, you create a legal shield. Your business debts stay within the business. And here's another reason, tax advantages. Once you start making good money, you can transition this LLC into something even more powerful, which brings us to LLC number 3, the S-Corporation election, your tax-saving machine. If your LLC is making $50,000 or more in profit, you might be overpaying in taxes. That's because a standard LLC is subject to self-employment tax, a whopping 15.3% on all your earnings. But the wealthy? They don't play by those rules. Instead, they elect S-Corporation status. This allows them to split income into 2 parts. 1, a reasonable salary, which is taxed at the normal rate. 2, the rest is a distribution, which is not subject to self-employment tax. Let's say your business makes $100,000 in profit. Without an S-Corp election, you would pay at least $15,300 in self-employment tax alone. But with an S-Corp, you could cut that tax bill dramatically. This is how the wealthy structure their businesses. If you're making serious income, you need to talk to a tax professional about this. LLC number 4, the power of partnerships. Now, let's talk partnerships. If you're planning to partner with someone, whether it's for an investment property, a new business venture, or a side hustle, you need a structure that protects you. Too many people make the mistake of forming partnerships with just a handshake and a casual agreement over coffee. That's how lawsuits, financial disasters, and ruined friendships happen. Instead, we use a partnership LLC, LLC type number 4. Here's a common scenario. Let's say you own a digital marketing agency. Business is booming, but you meet another expert who specializes in branding. You both realize that by working together, you can attract bigger clients and charge premium rates. Do you just start splitting payments informally? No way. You create a partnership LLC. This LLC has an operating agreement that defines who owns what percentage, how profits are split, who makes the final decisions, what happens if one of you wants to exit. And just like before, we filter income through your existing S-Corp, if you have one, so you avoid unnecessary self-employment taxes. Your partner? Maybe they own their share through their own S-Corp. Maybe they are just an individual. Either way, you've structured this in a way that's legally and financially smart. Another example, real estate investing. Let's say you and a friend want to invest in rental properties together. You each put in $50,000, buy a duplex, and start renting it out. If you don't set up an LLC, you're in a general partnership, which means you're personally liable for anything your partner does. You have no clear legal structure for decision-making. If a tenant sues, they can go after your personal assets. Instead, you create a partnership LLC. Now, the LLC owns a duplex, protects your personal assets, and ensures that profits are split correctly. Simple, clean, and safe. If you're an accountant or tax professional, understanding these LLC structures can make you a hero to your clients. LLC number 5, the Series LLC, for investors with multiple assets. If you own multiple rental properties or investments, setting up an LLC for each one can be expensive and hard to manage. But there's a solution, a Series LLC. A Series LLC lets you create separate mini LLCs under one umbrella. Each series is legally independent, meaning if one gets sued, the others are protected. Investors love this structure because it's cost-effective, scalable, and powerful for asset protection. If you own multiple properties, this is the way to go. Building your future with smart LLC strategies. Now that you've got the 5 key LLC structures down, let's talk about what comes next, because this is just beginning. The real magic happens when you start applying these principles, stacking these strategies, and taking control of your financial future. Your next steps, action over excuses. The biggest difference between those who succeed and those who stay stuck? Action. You don't have to know everything right now. You just have to start. Think about your own financial goals. Are you building a side hustle? Growing your real estate portfolio? Looking for smarter ways to invest your retirement funds? Whatever your path, you need a structure that supports and accelerates your wealth-building journey. And that's why this isn't just about LLCs, it's about your vision. Manifesting your trifecta, your wealth blueprint. I want you to visualize your own trifecta. Imagine your businesses, investments, and retirement accounts working together in a well-oiled machine, minimizing taxes, maximizing profits, and setting you up for generational wealth. Take a minute to sketch it out. Literally, draw it. Where does your money flow? What are your income streams? How do they connect? Your trifecta should be something you look at often, refine, and use to stay on track. Wealthy people don't wing it. They plan it. Get the right team in your corner. Here's the thing. You don't have to do this alone. Every successful entrepreneur, investor, and high net worth individual has a team. Tax strategists, attorneys, financial advisors, people who know the rules and help you play the game at a higher level. So here's my challenge to you. Invest in the right guidance. If you're serious about scaling your wealth, book a tax or legal strategy session. Get clarity on your structure. Explore self-directed investing. You don't build wealth overnight, but you do build it with intentional steps, starting today. The longer you wait, the longer you delay your financial freedom. LLCs aren't just for starting a business. They are powerful wealth-building tools when used correctly. If you're an entrepreneur, an investor, or someone looking to secure your financial future, ask yourself, are my assets protected? Am I overpaying in taxes? Could I be building generational wealth more efficiently? The ultra-wealthy use LLCs to safeguard their money, reduce their taxes, and grow their wealth legally. Now that you know these 5 essential strategies, it's time to take action. If you found this valuable, make sure to like, share, and subscribe, because I've got more financial game-changing content coming your way.